Hi everyone, hope you are fine. Yesterday we discussed about supply of money supply, its features and measures. Today let us discuss about demand for money. So when we think about demand for money, we can see that money does not create any utility in the economy directly. But at the same time, people or the society needs this money for the different day-to-day uses. So that is why we can say people demand goods and services for their day-to-day purposes, and from the consumption of the goods they derive satisfaction. From the consumption they derive satisfaction. Is it consumption of goods as well as the availing of services, they are obtaining satisfaction. But at the same time, money does not create any utility directly. If it is there, money provides utility for a person, means that the miser will be the person those who are having more utility. Because why? That is why we can say money does not create any kinds of utility directly to an individual, but the money he can use for different purposes. Those purposes we are analyzing now here. Basically, a human being or an individual is keeping money for three major purposes. We can call it as motives. Three major motives. First one, transaction motive. Second one, precautionary motive. And third one, speculative motive. Once again, I'll repeat. Transaction motive, precautionary motive, and speculative motive or speculation motive. So let us discuss one by one. First of all, what is meant by transaction motive? Transaction. Yes, that is the ordinary transaction of an individual is considered. Means, as we know, all individuals in the society, is whether it's male or a female, they are spending money for their different purposes, not to obtain satisfaction from the consumption or not to obtain utility from the consumption. So we can say that it's a matter of the perspectives of the individual, whether it is spent or not spent. That's why we can call it as if you are spending lavishly, if you are spending in their own requirements, if you are not spending anything. That is why we can say there are two motives for the individual inside the transaction. One is that income motive and other one is the business motive. So what is income motive? Income motive, we mean the person, he might be spending money for the household activities, for his family, for buying goods and goods from the market, groceries, vegetables, fish, then milk, whatever is required for his family's household, for the existence, for the consumption, those expenditure we are considered to be the income motive. While few others are there, more than the income motive, they may keep one more motive, business motive, means their day-to-day business transactions. The business motive is not common for all. Only those who are having such interest in the field only, they are conducting or they are doing the business. So for them, it is business motive also. These are the two motives inside the transaction motive. And income is not a continuous process, because every day will not get income. Because for a salaried person, he will get income in the end of his month end, or the beginning of the next month salary. But expenditure is a continuous process. Whether we are getting income daily or not, expenditure should be conducted daily, on daily basis, because there is no unless until there is no starvation. Is it? So income is not regular, but expenditure is a regular process. So in this regard, when we are spending money for this purpose, it is known as the transaction motive or the ordinary transaction of the individual. Clear? Hope you understood. Second thing is that one more thing is that we have to study about that one. The relationship means income increases. If the income increases, definitely expenditure also increases. So we can say a direct relationship, like John Maynard Keynes mentioned about this one. There's a positive relationship is there. Means income increases, consumption increases, means transaction motive also increases. When income decreases, that also decreases. So we can say a direct relationship between income of the individual and its transaction or transaction motive. Clear? Second point is that precautionary motive. Precaution we mean it is the money or expense or amount kept for unforeseen contingencies or unforeseen catastrophes. What are the unforeseen situations? Because we cannot predict anything regarding future, tomorrow's incidents, sickness, accidents, etc. or any other natural calamities or anything happens, we cannot predict. So in order to overcome the situation, people, they are insuring their life, insuring their vehicles, insuring their industries, everything they are making, they are insuring there. So in order to overcome the situation, so sickness is coming tomorrow, we should have to keep some money in our hand because as per for the hospital expenses and all. These are the expenses or amount kept in our hand in terms of this precautionary motive. And the nature of the individual where he lives also an important thing. Because certain areas such expenses are essential because possibilities of sickness is possible, disease will come, communicable diseases and all such cases, money, it is essential to keep some amount of money in our hand in order to overcome the situation. Okay, and moreover, when we analyze the relationship between income of the individual and this sickness matter, yes, income is more, definitely people will keep more money for this purpose. And income is less for a low level income people, these matters are not much because they don't have such money to meet their transaction. How they can keep money for then precaution? So they are trying to connect the both ends of their life with their limited income. So in their livelihood, they are facing problem. Then how can they find out money to keep the money for this precaution? So that is the matter. So this is mostly applicable for a rich fellow or having more income in his hand. So this is the precautionary. We can call it as the precautionary transaction. This is a transaction for precautionary purpose. And when we are moving to the last point, third point, speculative motive. Speculation, our expectations, our anticipations. So means we are expecting more than this transaction, something we can earn in future. Something we can earn in future means that necessitates the person to invest money in any of the shares or bonds of the companies or buying equities. Means it considers to be a financial asset to the family and the individual. Means that also somehow we can say something we are keeping for the future. Means I is expecting that he can earn money from the sale of the share in the market after some time. Is it? You might have heard about the share business and all. Stock exchanges, and you know that very clearly. Okay. And these bonds or shares, definitely it's expected that it will provide some extra income to the individual. Is it? And the rate of interest of the assets or the rate of interest, which considering this, there is a big relationship between rate of interest and these bonds. Because the normal rate of interest is very high. People will deposit money in normal banks. They will not deposit anything in shares because share market is unpredictable. The future is unpredictable. Anything may be happen there in case of that one. Anything may be happen there. At the same time, rate of interest is very less in the normal market. Then people will think about buying shares. Means we can say an indirect relationship. Means interest is very high, means value of bonds and securities will come down. Means why people will not buy? Because they can invest money in normal banks instead of going to behind the shares and unexpected things. Means the less the high rate of interest. Rate of interest is very less means people will invest more money on share business in this industry. So this is the relation. So this is what we are saying, speculation transaction. So clear now? So once again, three motives are there. People normally keeps money in their hands for three motives: transaction motive, precautionary motive, and speculative motives. Transaction motive we mean for the day-to-day transaction. Precautionary motive means the unforeseen situations of their future life, and third one is for the an extra asset, financial asset for the family and all, for his business and all, speculation, anticipation and all. These are the major aspects of this demand for money. Hope you understood something, and try to watch the previous classes also. And this corona season, again reminding, let us break the chain. Thank you once again.